My name is Alan Lester Halcomb from Gordon, Kentucky. And I'm away up here in Indiana at a big apple orchard. Thousands of apple trees. You never saw such a pretty place. They've got a big area where you can go pet all kinds of animals. And we're just having a heyday.
Tell about Harry squirrel hunting.
Oh, yeah. My brother Harry, he was in the Army, and the military, the Army wanted him to re-enlist and go be a presidential guard. Where the president went, he'd go, because he was such a good shot with a pistol, rifle, it didn't matter. And the military really wanted him. And he told them no, he had enough of the Army. When he got home, he'd go squirrel hunting. The limit was 6 squirrels. He'd take 7.22 bullets with him. One day, he got through hunting, came to the house, and he told my brother Wallace, said, yeah, put this gun and this 122 shell back. Put it up. And Wallace asked him, said, you're such a good shot, why do you bother taking 7 shells? He said, oh, I may find something else, maybe a snake or something. And he could shoot really fast. It didn't take him all day to take aim, just bam. But the military really wanted him. Then he got out of the Army and went to college and became a school teacher, elementary teacher.
Do you remember the first time you went coon hunting?
Yeah, the first coon hunting trip. I was the only boy left at home, 14, and Mom had one hog, and it came in November, and it was time to butcher the hog. She told me to go down to the neighbors and get this man to come up and help us.
I told you, just get a little baby pond pool and set out there for him.
That was perfect because the day they were going to talk about it, I said, oh, it's way over there. Kansas, right there. He's way over there.
Why doesn't it happen today?
He's way over there. Better for me.
All they have to do is wiggle their tail and they take off.
We still get rid of our trees more than we should.
So there are laws where you can only fish. Or what people have in all their private ponds. I mean, you know, like those little bitty ponds, they stay, I was just telling Dad, they'll stay small. You put them in a bigger place, it gets bigger.
Well, he had a coon dog. He'd moved in from Tennessee and just rented an old house, probably $10 a month. We got the hog butchered and everything. It's getting pretty late in the evening, and he asked me, he said, I want to go coon hunting. I said, what's that? I'd never heard anything about coon hunting. But I had seen two a couple of years before that. A guy went up into Indiana, killed 2 coons, and they was taking them back down Line Fork, and they was going to cook them and eat them. Well, anyways, I said, yeah, I'll go coon hunting with you. He said, okay, I'll be right back up. I'll go down and get my light and the dog, and we'll go hunting. And he said, you know a good place to go? And I said, yeah, Picture Branch. And we went, and we got to the very head of Picture Branch, almost at the top of the mountain. The sun went down and started building a campfire. I said, what are you building a fire for? He said, well, we're going to wait here till about 9 o'clock, and then we'll walk back down the holler. And that'll give the coons time to come out of the cliffs up on top of the mountain and down to the branch to get them a drink of water, and the dog will find their tracks and go tree it.
Oh.
Now his dog was a silent trailer. He wouldn't bark on the track. When he barked, he was looking up the tree that had the coon in it.
That's a good dog.
We got about halfway down out of the holler. It's 3 miles long.
Oh, Lord.
We was about 1.5 miles down, and just a little bit up on the hill from us, on down the branch, the dog went to barking. I says, "What's he barking at?" "Oh, he's got a coon tree." At this time, I'd never seen a coon. I'd never seen a coon track in Letcher County.
Instead of sniffing in, it's like it's snuffing out. I bet you have a name. There's more people coming. I don't know if they have food though.
They never came and bothered your chickens?
No.
Okay.
So all we had was an old carbide light. He told me, he said, "Now, you take the dog around the hill just a little bit, and you hold his mouth shut so he don't bark, and be real quiet." And says, when things gets real quiet, that coon's gonna look at me, and I can shoot him. I can find him. And it wasn't like a big spotlight you could just shine up in a tree and hunt them.
Yeah.
They had to look at you.
Yeah.
Well, in a little bit, spat. Rifle fired. Nothing happened. Never said a word. I held the dog. Spat. Kid. Boom. Something hit the ground like a bale of hay. I'd never heard nothing like it. Big old coon rolled out of the tree. The dog grabbed it, and down off the hill they went, down to the branch. Well, it got down there. Dog got tired of it, and this man had a big string, leather string, and tied to his feet, one on one hind leg and crisscrossed to the other front leg, and he put it over his shoulder and had the coon on his back. Well, now we walked maybe 100 yards, and that coon came back alive.
Oh my gosh.
You never heard so much squalling and scratching in all your born days.
Oh.
This guy finally got it off of him and throwed it down. And the dog was chewing on it again. My buddy had to reload his rifle. Finally got the dog back to where he could kill him. And that was my first coon hunt. And
Oh, Lord. Oh.
then I got to trapping. And
After that?
I was trapping at 11, and this was 14.
Yeah, I
But
thought
I'd
you
never seen a coon track or nothing.
Gotcha.
The time I was 16, there was coons everywhere. My name is Alan Lester Halcomb from Gordon, Kentucky.